All right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. This is Joelle, and I'm the Viberarian. I am here for In the Cards live at Holistic Health and Wellness. I see the Good Vibe Tribe has popped on. Thank you so much. Oh, my goodness. We've got some new features on. Okay, there we go. New features where I can stream your chat comments live while we are on screen. So thank you, everyone. I see Gooba, Jackie, and Nikki from way down in Belize. Hello, hello. Long time no see. Kim, I hope you have a wonderful day at work. So I am here for my monthly live stream at Holistic Health and Wellness up in Marietta, Georgia. If you are ever in the area, please stop in. This is a beautiful space. Not only are there awesome things to shop from, but there's always wonderful people here coming in and out, and a host of activities that you can pop in for, get a little metaphysical tune up, and basically just catch some good vibes with people who are here. So I am super excited today. I do have some people here. Thank you for coming in today. Dawn, come on up here. Come on up here. I need to talk to you for a second. I always call her in and she hates it, but this is a story behind today. So
hello.
all right. So this is Dawn. Dawn, thank you so much. So today I am focusing on decks that I picked up where I was in, drum roll please, I was in Bali on Holistic Health and Wellness's sacred retreat this fall. I was there for a sacred release workshop. And so, Dawn, would you? Oh, hey, Kelly. Hey, okay. Yay. All the folks are there. So, Dawn, share quickly about your retreat.
It was a phenomenal event. We went over there for 5 weeks. So for every 7 days, we had two people join us. We will be going back in April of this year, April 6th through the 13th. We're only taking 10 people. I think I already have 4 slots already filled. But it is a wonderful opportunity for you to retreat, do some self-healing, and to work with me, of course. I think is a wonderful opportunity for anyone that's interested.
It was absolutely amazing. And of course, Dawn gave personal attention to the time that I was there, and my Bali buddy, my retreat partner, Kathy. We didn't really know each other. We had crossed paths here at the store, but we wound up being aligned for our time together, and it was just perfect. I couldn't have asked for a better companion to go through all the things with. She's here today. So this is like our first in-person catch-up since we've all been across the hemisphere. Yesterday was the first time Don and I got back together since being overseas. And let me tell you, it was quite a jet lag experience. So one of the things that Dawn knows me, and so everywhere she goes, she always brings back a deck or a tool for me because I'm a card creator. So I'm a card lover. It's my medium. So when you came back from Bali the first time, I couldn't believe it because I had been seeing on Instagram about this Merlins. All the little influencers were talking about Merlins and Ubud. Now, I didn't know that that's where it was, but the premise of Merlins is when you go and you sit down, you eat, your menu is selected based on the cards that they draw for you. So, of course, I was like, oh, that'd be cool. But I never thought I would go to wherever it was. And so then when Dawn said, oh, we're going to go to Merlin's, that's the place where they do the Oracle card. I was like, what? Oh, my gosh. So it was the most fun time. And you have to go to Merlin's. Did you bring a deck back?
You didn't. I didn't bring a deck back from Merlin's, but there is this book.
You have to go to Merlin's. I don't think you can get this deck online anywhere.
This is the book.
This is the book. Yeah, you could only get this book there. Now, I've got some other decks that I don't know where you can get them from, but this is so fun because, of course, it came in this lovely bag. It was a great dinner experience. Now, they don't use this book when they do your dinner. They actually have a tarot deck, that is not available for sale. It's only available, it's connected to the menu of what you order. Now, I have to laugh because I'm one of those that if I see a card, I believe Spirit has a message for me. But what I also realize is just because Spirit's message for me said I was supposed to eat yellowfin tuna, I didn't believe that, and I ordered something else off the menu because my spirit guides know I don't eat raw fish, right? So the waiter was really like casual. He's like, you can order whatever you want, but in the spirit of the message, I received that in the time. But I was definitely not. I was not going to eat anything that did not agree with my stomach. So, but when you go into Merlin's, there's this beautiful, big, magical book, and you basically gaze into the Merlin's mirror and get a guidance for yourself. So first thing we're going to do, did you want to say anything? Are you trying to get out of the hot seat?
I'm trying to get out the hot seat.
Okay, so I'll let you share because you have this available for people when they come in. They can sit in your golden chair, your purple chair now, and get a divination message for themselves while they're in the store, right? So
what I do when people come inside the store, I ask them to look inside the mirror. And as they gaze inside the mirror, I have them open up the book. So I'll open up the book today. And it says, thoughts find expression through a radiance of the aura.
Oh.
And you had just pulled a card that talked about ascension,
love,
and light. So.
And we were talking about your Reiki energy healing and touch. And then also we were talking about Nikki, who is in the chat. Yeah. Nikki is an aura photographer, okay, an aura reader. So this is the image that came through Merlin's mirror. Isn't that beautiful? So if we imagine that we are these radiant rainbow beings of light and that we're walking around constantly emitting a frequency and making sure that we are as vibrant as possible. And this is not a fake shine so that we can put on a show, because it's a shallow, shiny light isn't going to go very far, right? So this is authentic vibration of feeling grounded, empowered, creative, loving, truthful, and connected to the highest divine energy, the full rainbow spectrum. So this is beautiful, beautiful. The light comes from within. All right. So we're going to let our audience people come. And first, if you would come on up, give me your name again. Kim. Okay. Yes, we had a Kim in the chat too. So it's a K day. Kathy, Kim, Nikki. Yes. Okay. So we are going to have you to look in Merlin's mirror and see what guidance.
Do I look at myself or do I look at the image?
Look at yourself. Yeah. Look through him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then turn to any page, the first page that comes to mind. Oh, that's funny. That's a hilarious.
If you don't laugh, it doesn't end well. This one's pretty good.
Look at that Buddha belly. Okay. I mean, look at this guy.
Oh.
If you don't laugh, it doesn't end well. I love that. Does that resonate for you?
Oh, sure.
Do you find the humor in things?
Absolutely.
It's interesting because in Bali, they are known for their tattoo intricacies and work. There were tattoo studios everywhere. People were coming to get full sleeve, full back, full body work. And so the fact that this little Buddha belly comes out, it's like the great, he's like the tooth fairy or something here. So that's interesting. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So, and Kathy, would you trade places? And don't get too comfortable because I am going to bring you back. Now, Kathy was with me in Bali and we were to Ubud and had a great time. So what would you say about your Merlin's experience?
Oh, it was phenomenal. Just phenomenal.
And it was kind of like being in Harry Potter world a little bit, wasn't it?
God, yes, especially when the door opened up on the side, the bookshelf, and everybody disappeared into the wall.
Yes,
like, where are they going? I want to go back there.
Yes, there was a secret hidden shelf, and behind that shelf, like you're looking at all this like kind of apothecary and jewelry and stuff, and then the lady presses a button, the door opens, And then people went in, and of course, we all had FOMO because we're like, fear of missing out. What are they doing? Where are they going? They took their shoes off and everything. So it turns out that there is a private dinner show that you can go to. There's multiple courses. It's limited to like maybe 12 people. I don't know if you're going to arrange that for your next group now that we know, but you know, what we had upstairs in the regular part was just as magical and beautiful. And you used Merlin's big book too when you went in, right?
Yes.
Did the message resonate for you?
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Okay, so we're going to look in Merlin's mirror and see what we have here. Oh. Same thing. Okay, laughter. Yes, laughter is reminding us to laugh, keep it light. Why they say laughter prolongs the life, right?
I like his fairy wings.
His little pink wing on the back. Yes, yes. We did a lot of laughing too. You know, sometimes you just have to laugh at yourself rather than critique and judge yourself. So a little levity goes a long way. Okay, don't go far because we're going to keep moving here. But first,
and let them know Kathy actually rode a motorcycle.
Oh yeah, Kathy rode a moped.
Yes,
we rode moped bikes for our little tour. We hiked ourselves on the back of those guys, and they were zipping us through the crowd. It was definitely getting out of the comfort zone experience a lot, physically comfort zone and cultural comfort zone, contextually and everything. But it really helped me release a lot. I could say that for sure.
Oh, I know I did. 110%.
110%, yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull a card first. We're gonna start with Gooba Woo, the moderator. We're gonna see what Merlin's mirror says for you today. Examining in the absence of judgment is clarity. You just look at it. It doesn't have to be good or bad, right or wrong, up or down. Just look at it from a neutral, non-emotional context. All right? Beautiful. All right, we've got Jackie. Let me get all the pages going here. The truth does not need to be defended. The truth is what it is. You don't have to qualify it, justify it, explain it. We don't have to do anything else. It stands on its own, right? And that's beautiful. And we don't have to worry about whether other people get our truth or not, because the truth just is. Don't you love these images? I love this book. Okay. All right. Let's see. We're going to go to Kim, who had to go to work because she's going to watch it later this evening. Let's see. Things are not getting worse. They are getting uncovered. Woo! That's a message for our times right now, because it's hard not to think that things are kind of getting worse economically for people in some ways, worse structurally, more tension, more division, more uncertainty. But we are in the apocalypse. This is the unveiling, the revelation, the time when we see all the things. And I guess to see those things and examine them without that emotional judgment is our challenge, to not say this is bad, this is good, this is horrible. Let it be unveiled so we can see things true. Okay, Kim, I hope that resonates for you. And then let's get Nikki and Kelly before we move on to the next deck. Okay, Nikki, it's all one big inside joke. What is that? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But it's interesting because it has the sword, right? And they had all those strong men coming because they knew in their ego they were going to be able to be and inherit the next king. And it was a lowly, unassuming boy who wasn't even trying to do the thing that wound up pulling the sword from the stone. And if you've seen the Disney animated version, you know, I can't remember the little guy's name that his nickname was that later became Arthur, but he had the droopy it was too big for him. You know, he was like the little waif kid, kind of pulling his hair out of his eyes and bumbling. He wasn't good at getting the sword to the knight, you know, so there was like this humorous aspect to it. And then he accidentally brought Excalibur's sword out, and everybody's like, that couldn't be possible, right? So like the joke's on us that we think that we're not able to do something and to inherit a legacy of king and queenliness, of connected to the God self within all of us, right? So this is beautiful. All right, and last but not least, let's see here about Kelly Lee. Uh-oh. If you ask for it, you're gonna get it. Be careful what you ask for, or be intentional about what you ask for. I love this because Kelly makes crystal grids, right? She makes these beautiful energetic portals to support people in the work. So the fact that we have something that has some cards on it and some crystals, astrology and all of that. So of course, if you ask for it and you bring in and ask those crystals to help the person who you're healing, either yourself or for others, they're going to be charged and programmed to do what is needed to be done. I think that we under ask, you know. Bali for me was one of those 5 or 10 years ago. I would never have thought that I would be traveling to places like Mexico and Bali, like on a random kind of quick turnaround. I thought it was something that would take years, or I'd have to get to my retirement era. But I told the universe I wanted to travel and experience and like pick up pieces of myself and to experience the world. And I'm getting what I asked for, right? Like in a way that is with ease and grace, and it continues to shock and delight me. So if you want to go somewhere, do something, I think you could relate to that. Like,
Absolutely.
going to Bali was like, I can't believe I did this, right? I'm here. Wow. Yeah, you're going to where, right? So if you ask for it, you will get it with ease and grace. If we ask for ascension, if we ask, may all beings be free of suffering, right? That's the Bodhisattva, I hope I pronounced that right. But that's the vow of the Buddha enlightened. It says, until all are ready to transcend, we will stay and we will refine and we will contribute our love and light to ease the suffering of all of us, because we're all one. So whatever we ask for in this now time, when we're seeding the new earth and the new consciousness and the way that it's going to be, we will get it. Right. So that's the other thing, to make sure that we're using for my highest good and the highest good of all, because we've got too much of the for my highest good, and we can have that. And that can be, that can be part of the imbalance, right? Is because service to self, which says there's not enough for me. Please just give me what I need. And we don't care that it harms those around us then, and that it's imbalanced. I think that our trillionaire economy of a few people having so much resources because they've done what they knew to do, but with the imbalance of it will serve me and my goals without it being equitably distributed in terms of the wealth of that resource to others, is part of what we're experiencing. So we can ask for that. And it doesn't need to be like communism or socialism or any of the isms and structures that trigger people. It can just be abundant flow, like a garden that a person plants that's intended to feed your family, and all of a sudden it's got more, and you could give it to your neighbors, and then they give you little love offerings and give you money. That food is for your highest good and the highest good of all, instead of for you to sell, make a profit off people's pain and suffering in this moment, right? So we just got to refine and realize that we're more powerful than what we've been operating in. Okay. Whew. Okay. That was an interesting download. Okay. So moving on. Now I got 4 other decks I got 5 decks total, but I didn't bring one of them because PG-18. Okay, because it deals with womb healing. So I was not going to show that one today. But to start and reframe, one of the things that I took with me was the Healing Waters Oracle. And that was my travel deck for the trip. And it was because our particular experience was we went to water temples, we went to Puritita, we went to Beji Griot. Well, Puritita is a temple, right? Now, did I say that right? Yes. And we were doing Melukat, which is like a water release ceremony. So everything was very, very water centric in our experience. So I thought, well, let me take these healing waters cards with us. And so Dawn was so kind as to let me bring in a oracle card every morning as she was doing the work with us in our meditation and framing. And it was beautiful. We used the book, The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer, which I had the card deck for years. I passed it on now to Kelly, the Crystal Kelly, because it came up in some reading and session work we were doing, and I wasn't using the deck. I didn't have a real conscious connection to it, but I have a library of 150 decks. So it's not unusual for me to not use a deck all the time, but I hadn't read the book. And so Spirit said, just give her the deck. Well, it was like not even 6 months. That was this year. Then when I signed up for the retreat and Dawn sends us our homework and it's like The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. So it was really a wonderful book to begin to delve into in advance of the retreat and looking and examining the places where the stories were entrenched in the energy body. Now, I had heard of him because Oprah had him on Super Soul Sunday back when she was having like Eckhart Tolle and Wayne Dyer and all the conscious new thought teachers, the power of now, the new earth, all those things. So he's from, I would say, early 2000s era consciousness teaching, which at this point is 20 years ago, 15, 20 years ago. Time has gone by fast. But it was very beautiful overall. And we got our hair wet. We got soaked. We got pounded. We got drizzled. We got dipped, dunked, splashed. Anything that you could think of with water was like a constant theme. So I want to look at right now what waters and what guidance wants to come through for us as a collective. I am dealing with water issues around the rental home that I'm in. So we're going to, the water, I always think water, even in a flood, even in disaster, it's clearing away something from the land, from the structure. It's releasing, it's cleansing our bodies, it's nourishing us from the cells. So there's always, always a positive thing with water for me, even though it may seem like a disaster at first. All right, so let me see here. What is the sacred waters? Healing waters, I want to say today. And I would draw one for the morning and one for the afternoon. So we're going to draw one to the beginning, and then we're going to save this one here on the bottom for the end of our reading today. All right, so, stagnant waters, feeling stuck, a call for shifts, flow, and change. All right. Now, if there's anything we know, stagnant water stinks. It gets a bad smell quickly. It doesn't sustain life. It will choke out life. It will poison down and around it, the banks. If you've ever been anywhere where there's a limb blocking something and it's become entrenched, that film I'm just thinking of it, it just makes it, that film on the water begins to build up. And pretty soon a different kind of bugs begin to feed on the decay rather than the life. So I think that we can all agree that things on a level had gotten to a place of stagnancy in our political system and our structure where nobody was happy really on either sides of the polarity. Everybody was just, right, and it stuck somewhere. We also know that there was a recent in the United States, a political impasse of 40 days of things not moving and needing to be opened up again so that people would get their paychecks and things would return back to business. So wherever this stagnancy is coming up, even in our lives, we may be in jobs that we've tolerated stagnancy. It's like, okay, it's cool. I go every day, but it's not really speaking to my creative spirit, but I'm not, it's not awful, right? So that could be a low-key indicator that there is a stagnancy happening, that we've just bargained with it because it hasn't started to stink yet, right? It hasn't started to choke out the rest of our life yet. So can anyone relate to any areas of stagnancy in your life? Anything you want to share? Anyone here online? I know definitely this year has been a year of change for me in changing how I do what I do in the 3D world. And it had gotten stagnant, right? But it only bothered me on occasion until something came that was like, oh, you're not going to be able to just stay like this anymore. And right about that time, a new opportunity reached its hand out and took me out of that. And so I haven't been stagnant since then. It's been go, 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 go. But also in my rental home, I had stopped trying to address some of the issues that were happening because I had just gotten frustrated. And I was like, you know what, at least it's not what it once was, but it wasn't where it was supposed to be. So I started putting in work orders and started putting in online reviews and started sending emails last week, and things were not stagnant. I've had people in the house every day of the week. I had somebody fixing something. I got work orders in, and they're still going to fix like the issue with the gutters, which is the water, right? So whatever stagnancy of inactivity, there have been some changes in the management of the rental company. So things that were stagnant before are breaking free and having a new opportunity to be resolved, right? So that's my personal stagnancy story. You have any, Dawn? None? Okay. All right, let's see what the guidance here says. I'm looking to see if there's anything else in the card. It's almost like, I don't know, for some reason, I feel like, a hot air balloon, this little green at the top, feels like a hot air balloon is floating over here. So a higher elevational opportunity. And we know green is the heart. So like, where is your heart stagnant? Where are we not fully happening? Where is love not flowing back and forth in a reciprocal way? Where are we not feeling like new love energy, refreshing water coming into us? Where are we not sending love back out? Like, are we just recirculating the old water? Like, oh, love is love is love. Or are we getting that waterfall of fresh waters coming in? And if we're not, we can ask for it. Let's get some more. I want fresh love. I need a new infusion of no more stagnant water. We have here somebody saying algae. Yes, yeah, growing moss on it and scum. That reminds me, I need to change my little water plant water at home. Okay, so let's see here. Stagnant water says, feeling stuck, a call for shift, flow, and change. Perhaps it's the movement of water that contains the intelligent flow of energy that makes life possible, the life force that animates all living things. When water stops flowing, it can become stagnant. This lack of flow can cause a buildup and lead to pollution. Perhaps we're like that too. Perhaps we need flow just as much as the waters of the world. This card brings with it a call for flow, movement, and change. How can you begin to flow a little more with life's changes? Where in your life do you feel stuck? What has become stagnant or lacking of vitality, ease, and flow? How are you being called to re-inject more movement into your life? Sometimes when we go through life, our energy can become stuck physically, emotionally, and spiritually, and romantically. And yet, life is always there to support our return to flow, to movement. This is a wonderful card to receive as it comes with a magnificent opportunity for shifting energy and embracing change and new possibilities. Perhaps you've become complacent or just feel stuck. Maybe you've been avoiding something deep down, and this is causing the waters within you to stagnate. Perhaps the intelligence of water is inviting you to call upon the intelligence within you to find the courage to embrace a new way of flowing with life. The soul inquiry: what feels stuck or stagnant in your life, and what shifts are you being called to make? Well, hello, ding, ding, ding. No, that's a perfect timing, right? A little acknowledgement. So it's interesting because when we were in Bali, one of the things, there was the soft water where, you were splashing and then the jet was coming and all that. But we went to a waterfall that pounded out of your body anything that was bone level stuck. And I felt like I didn't have to know what was coming out. Like everyone who stood under that tended to like holler, like, oh, like you just let it out, whatever it is, right? And we forget that so much of what we've been taught to do is be polite. You don't make loud guttural noises in public unless you're rude. You don't burp, and if you holler, you better be ready for a response versus just letting it out, letting whatever it was. So there were a couple times when we had our melocot, there was another ceremonial part where we were told, like, she's gonna pound on your back or wherever the lady was guided to, and you need to say something, like let it out, right? Did you find that hard in the?
No, it just came out.
It just came out, right? Yeah. So like you don't have to know really what the outcome of the fresh water is going to be when you release the stagnation. A lot of times we don't want to release until we're confident we can control what's going to flow through after we let go of the stagnant. At least we know what stagnant does. Gut level, like from the inside out, right? So like whatever is going to flow, once it's blocked, you don't know what new life is going to grow from that. So being okay to release. And part of right now, we don't know what's going to grow from the stagnations that we're being shown and that we're releasing as a collective. But that's what goes back to that, holding that frequency, that aura, that rainbow of positivity and love, so that we at least know that the water, and water is life, right? So we can talk to water. We could talk to water before we drink it. We could talk to water as we release it when we go to the bathroom. Thank you for taking away the toxins out of my body. Do you need more to do your job? Like, we can really actively begin to do water work to let it do more in ourselves than what we've been giving it credit for being able to do. All right. So, all right, this is beautiful energy to move through. Now, we went to a place called the Pyramids of Chi. I say Chi.
Yes.
Okay. And it was a beautiful complex where they had 3 different pyramids. And depending on what work you were doing, we went into the Moon Temple. And we were there for a sound and vibrational healing. SL, sound, vibration, and light. So when you go in, you basically laid on these waterbed pallets, and embedded in each pallet was a speaker. So as the sound bath was happening with the instruments, it was also then vibrating through your body, through the water. And then you had your eyes closed, but on the ceiling pyramid structure, a light grid pattern was shown in conjunction with the sound bath that you didn't visually look at, but you could still get the impression of it, and it was activating at the brain wave synchronistic level. So it was really awesome experience. And it was interesting because as we started the ceremony, I kept coughing. Now I knew that that was likely a throat chakra block, but we were also trying to be quiet because they had said, if you need to leave, do so quietly. So when I finally, I kept trying to clear it. I opened my eyes and there was a person on their way to me with a glass of water, like, you better get this together unless you need to leave, right? But I knew at a level that I was clearing something from there, right? But how often do we try to make ourselves smaller because we're trying to be polite? We're trying to make the group, like, we don't want to be the disruptor. And it's interesting because I think at the end, I was zoned out, but I think some people just got up, they were done, it was time for them to go, and they left, and there was this big clitter clatter, clonk clonk kind of thing. I thought it was percussion instruments, but I think you all told me later they got up and rolled out. They didn't care, right? So like, there's a lesson in that, right? And how you try to be mindful of others, and then other people just lambast through the situation like me, and there should be a balance in there, between the two. But at one point, all I remember is all of a sudden my third eye just said, I got this vision, like it was right there, and my whole, like a big light shone in my vision self. I was like, oh, it was like somebody turned a light switch on, and then it closed back off and went back into whatever zone it was. So I was like, wow, that was cool. It must have pushed something that was blocking out, and I've got a higher frequency now. Did you saw it, anything in your? Oh yeah. Yeah.
It was like there were so many lights, and I just felt like I was going up into the center of it.
Yes, it was very powerful. So what it was doing, it was a new thing, right? And we both were just like trusting, like we trust Dawn, right? She's going to have us and we're going to be okay. But to release that thing and for it to be so cool that it was sound and vibration coming through the pallets, that was like touching the waters of the body differently in a way. So it was like, okay, I don't even know what this is going to do. I've never had this new thing before, right? So not worrying about knowing what something is going to do. That's our fear control statement trying to like step in. So anyway, I went shopping and got all my decks that I got except for the Merlin deck I wound up getting from the Pyramids of Chi. So one of the decks is the Storyteller Oracle, a pathway to discovering meaning, mystery, and stories. And of course, when I saw the back of it, it had Dorothy and Toto on the back. And being that I have family roots in Kansas and, the Wizard of Oz is a thing. And I'm just realizing one of my besties went as Dorothy for Halloween this year. Okay, so there's no place like home and following the yellow brick road on into the future. So I want to see what story wants to be shown to us right now that we are playing out either collectively and individually. So Kim, will you draw a card for us for this? Okay.
You want me to come up there?
Yeah. So one thing about oracle cards that I love is that it's very unique and personal. There's nothing right or wrong about it. A story is going to speak to you differently than me, and that's part of the beauty. It could say the same thing too, but symbols of oracle cards, you don't have to know a system. You can buy the deck and understand the deck creator system, but other than that, if the art speaks to you and the images speak to you, get it. It's for you, and you'll be able to understand. For me, cards are a way to help me decipher a little clearer what I already am understanding about the spiritual conversations that I'm having. So for me, it just clicks really well when I see the imagery. It stimulates my clairvoyance, my psychic vision in a way that I thoroughly enjoy doing. All right, let's see what our story is. Grab 2 cards.
Okay. So I'm going to take this one and this one.
All right. So first
One was that.
yes. Loss. Oh, wow. That's one of those you just, into everyone's life, some loss must come, right? We lose people we love. We lose our idea of something. We can lose our faith. We can lose our way. And a lot of it is our perception of the experience. And I'm taken back to that examine without judgment. It doesn't have to be loss or gain. It can just be a change. Like when we lose a loved one, their form is changing, but not the essence of the soul. So we lose an aspect of it, and yet behind it all is the continuity. And so most times, I think people also find out like the job loss was the best thing that ever happened to them. Mm-hmm. Or in my case, like losing my idea of what my marriage was going to be and having to deal with what my marriage was and needing to like grieve the marriage and the divorce. But it really was like the best thing that could have happened to me. But we also don't want to get into the narrative of loss. Oh, my life would have been so much better had I never lost this thing. Oh, had I never lost that puppy of mine, I would have pets today, right? So we can get stuck in our lost story, and that can contribute then to that stagnant waters, the emotional self. Mm-hmm. When you see this, like, how are you?
It makes me fear the loss of my father is what it makes me feel. Because loss, I know that's coming. My dad's 81. Mm-hmm. He's in good health, but I know that that will be a hard loss in my life. I don't know if that's what it is or.
That's what it was to you, right? Yeah. I can definitely relate to that as a 54-year-old with aging parents. Mm-hmm. It does shut me down a little bit and try to protect myself, but it's like the way of the world is aging and eventual transition, but I don't want to experience that either.
It's going to be a hard thing,
yeah. Kathy, I touched real gently there.
Yeah, I lost both my parents. I think for me, it's very strange. I see a woman's figure in me.
Okay.
I have no idea what she should be. But I thought the stars in her back. And it's really interesting. I don't know who this woman is, but I know it's a woman.
Okay.
And there are stars behind her.
Okay.
That's all I got.
I mean, hey, like you sit with it, right? Mm-hmm. The answer doesn't come right away. Yeah. It's personal, right? Oracle cards touch our personal self. I'm seeing this plant that it started dying in my house, and I'm trying to recover it. Yeah. And I put it in like water instead of soil. But I did some pruning because part of it was starting to rot this week, right? So I had to pinch off the dead part because I wanted the living sprouts, because I believe in that plant. I believe in it's going to be able to, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be able to bring new life. Like I just believe it, you know what I'm saying? So
Could it also be related to the season we're in? Where we're seeing, the death of plants and that sort of thing. It's a beautiful season, I think, fall.
I love fall too, right? I'm an October baby, so it's the season when we let the leaves fall off, right, and go to ground. And some of that rot nourishes life forms that couldn't eat if there were not those remains to get there through. So the question is the line between allowing the cycle then to move into winter and then move into spring versus being stagnant and stuck in that lost state, right? I want to see, this little book didn't have like a very big, deck information, but that's why I always tell people you don't have to have guidance. It's just supplemental, right? You go with where it feels for you when you see it. So here it says loss, the painful and often unexpected wrench of loss can leave us open, raw, and confused. Accompanied by disappointment or deep grief, we enter the long, cold night of the soul. Below the surface, a subtle alchemical process of healing takes place. Imperceptibly, acceptance begins, perspective is slowly regained, and resurrection can occur. Are you able to sit inside your sorrow and let it flow through you? Very interesting. One thing that I am definitely not struggling, but I'm consciously aware of is that I want change. But like in the United States, we've never undergone in our lifetimes like significant turmoil, like a civil war. I don't want that, right? But realizing, ma'am, oh, am I wheezing? Oh, okay, sorry. My manager says I'm wheezing. I get like that. Excuse me 1 second.
Tell me if you want me to go back.
Oh, no, I'm good. So like having the loss of all the things that we knew, like even in like the pandemic, when they shut everything down, we lost our structure. Like, oh my gosh, the way we were going, the way we were doing, it was a loss of the structure, but that wound up freeing people in a lot of ways. Hello. So, the idea of being okay with like, okay, maybe our elections are going to happen some different kind of way. I still want a representative government that speaks to the people. I don't know what's going to happen. And like, I have to be willing to allow the change, because really underneath it all, there was a stagnancy that had developed that was not serving the people anyway. Right. So at its underlying point was the disenfranchisement of 70% of the people who were not participating in elections already. So whatever needs to be resolved so that people become more engaged in the things that we agree upon as a society should be what we collectively contribute for the benefit of all, allowing myself to grieve, that loss of reality so that a new holistic system can emerge, even though I'm deeply uncomfortable during that time of change. That's really challenging, right? Mm-hmm. But we're holding on to things that this is about letting go of false systems of comfort. And when we're connected to our higher guidance, then we can be navigated through that differently. But the more we hold on to something, then it makes it harder for that stagnation to be broke up and to move forward. So, very interesting in this particular time. Welcome. How are you? All right. Oh, so look at that.
That's interesting.
This is the second card she drew,
pretty.
And it is the wheel. So the wheel talks about cycles. Mm-hmm. Everything must go around. Like, so the idea that we can hold ourselves in any one position in any stage of life is false anyway. There needs to be evolution. There needs to be change. Otherwise, we're holding ourselves back from all the things that we could become. Mm-hmm. All right, this is...
Isn't that a beautiful card?
Look at the difference between
Yeah.
the two energies, dark and gray to vibrant and life. And of course, we have here like pine cones, we have berries, we have leaves, we have flowers, we have the sun shining, and it says, and so from nothing our universe begins in a single moment of, and then the text is cut off. All right. So in the tarot, the wheel talks about the karmic wheel, like what you put in, going out, and it moving around, and you getting back a return on your energy. So you plant seeds, you get a harvest. You take the harvest out of the ground, you allow the ground to rest, then you plant again, and that cycle and movement continues. So we are definitely on a wheel experience. Let's see what it has here. This is one of the cards that is actually aligned with the tarot, which is interesting. This deck is kind of like a blended deck. So it says the wheel signifies constant motion and existence within the interconnected cycles of change and renewal as the wheel of the year turns. We are always becoming, being, and passing. And those are all in capital letters. Becoming, being, and passing. The recognition and acceptance of this fluxus helps us to acknowledge our abilities to descend, ascend, and then reemerge in all aspects of being. From the descent, what do you require to be able to begin the upward transit? So from the descent, what do you require to be able to begin the upward transit? One thing that I will say is that we rush the pause. We rush the rest. Like winter is when things are just allowed to be quiet. The ground goes still. It's not charged with growing anything. It's not charged with releasing anything. It's just being the ground, right? It's resting. It's dark a lot. So like in your descent after your fallout, like resting and allowing time so that you can have the nourishment needed when it's time to begin working your soil again and planting your seeds of intention. If not, you're going to be like your crops are going to be less flourishing because the ground will not have the nutrients that it needs. And also a lot of times they'll till over the ground. Turn it over, till it up, break up the stagnation, break up the hardness so that it will be prepared to receive the seeds. So that's what I'm getting from those two cards. All right, stagnant waters, lost, and then the wheel. All right, so we're going to continue moving on. Thank you, everyone who is still hanging in the chat. I'm just going to keep on going. Okay, so the other deck that I got, yes, is the monatomic crystals, Andara crystals, 44 decks and guidebook. Now, Andara crystals are interesting. I will say there's controversy around Andaras. The people who are resonating with them feel like these crystals are high energy, almost like alien life form embodied crystal beings. The people who don't resonate with them say, well, they're just really pieces of glass, sea glass, and that you're being duped if you use them. I don't own any Andaras. I would like to, simply because they're beautiful. You can look them up online and get a sense of them. You can look in Etsy and see their colors are very vibrant and glass-like, which I think is why, there's some of the controversy on them. But I wanted to get the deck because an oracle deck is an oracle deck, and the images are beautiful. And of course, crystal is speaking of the earth in any, even if it's glass, it's silicate, it's sand and heat, right? So I wanted to see that. So Kathy, would you come up and we're going to draw, and we work with this during our retreat too. So we want to see what the earth energies want to show us about the frequency that we can work with, and it's coming through the earth frequency. We've got the water frequency flowing, so let's see what earth and fire, because if it's glass, then it's been heated to high temperatures. All right, so draw us a card from here. All right.
Christ energy fairies.
Christ energy and fairies. Look at all your purple you've got on today, okay? All right, Christ energy and fairies. That is super beautiful. There's a sparkle there that I don't know you can see in the card itself, but it's almost like bubbles down at the bottom. Lilac, rose, and Dara. Now, we are the return of the Christed consciousness, which is the loving frequency that is here to serve the planet, that is here to say we are all one, like we are the ones we've been waiting for to change the shift. And this is us here incarnated in this lifetime to be serving of others, not to be crucified, right? But to be in loving service. Lilac rose is lilac is like the most soft version of purple, right? We've got royal purple, which is deep and embodied, but lilac is that softness. Even amethyst stones are more vibrant than lilac. It's like this pale color. But in the purple and the transmutation is like Saint Germain and the taking of something of frequency, softening it with compassion and love as it's released to a higher frequency. So we're here embodying that. And of course, fairies are the lightest of touch, right? They're not heavy, clunky beings. They're light and sparkly and feathery, and they take their magic wand like Tinkerbell, and they're over putting this energy. So like if we have this ability to go around and sprinkle a little fairy dust on people that's compassionate, that's transmutational, that says, I see your heaviness, and I'm just going to make it a little lighter for you. I don't have to own it and make it my heavy, right? But through my kind word to you and my compassionate response to you, I've just lightened the frequency. What are you getting anything? Yeah. Oh, no, I was just thinking about your char white. But, but it's interesting. This char white is not lilac. I will tell you that. Char white is a fiery stone energy, but this is a cuff that Kathy made in Bali at the silver workshop. And why did you pick the stone?
I didn't. It picked me.
Okay.
I was just scoping out all the stones, and I just went straight down.
And it was immediate, right? So that purple, like if we can immediately reach for the compassionate thing, the kind thing, make it reflexive, right? Instead of making it protective. Oh, I got to keep myself away from you. I got to control your energy. Make it light and a response. Automatically make it laughter. Oh, we had the fairy wings. We had the fairy wings and the Buddha guy in our earlier card reading, right? Big, heavy guy, but he's got little bitty fairy wings on a little pink wand, right? And it's talking about leave the laughter. Laughter is one of those tools that changes and shifts the frequency, right? So let's see what this is number 28. So 28 is a 10. 10 is like a master code, like 1 and 0. Once you have the nothingness and begin to add programming, then you can have, binaryism and bring things into infinite creation. So if you're in that pause point before the wheel begins speaking and moving into a new seed, figure out what you want your one to be and make sure it's infused with purple, compassionate love and healing energy, and then set your code and let the program then manifest through you from there. All right, we say here, this Andara is connected with Christ energy and the mythical beings of fairies. You carry the Christ light within you and can perform miracles just as well, though our beliefs often limit us in this regard. Where are you still hiding your light and possibly dimming it so others around you don't feel small? However, you help your environment much more by shining brightly, reminding them of their light. And when it seems dark around you, it's because you are the light. Allow yourself to shine bright without hesitation, knowing that it's for the good of all of us. And the mantra, I awaken the Christ within me, and miracles are part of my daily life. I shine and am a light for the world, thus being a gift and enrichment for the world. I receive that. I shine and am a light for the world, thus being a gift and enrichment for the world. So, do you know how you shine? Not yet. Okay. Ask Spirit to show you how you shine. And it will probably be an unspoken acknowledgement that somebody comes up to you. It's like, da 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 da. And you'll be like, oh, I guess I am.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting that since we got back from Bali, everybody at work is totally different. I mean, they smile at me, they say hello. They just go, your hair is beautiful. Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That I can walk down the hall and just be me and smile and just feel good. But everybody that's coming by me is picking up on that. I thought, well, this is different. But I just go with it.
Yes. It's something simple, right?
Yeah.
Unquantifiable, but all of a sudden there's a shift, right?
Right.
You release, you're lighter, you process, you don't even know what you ended up yet because we're still in the unfolding.
Right.
But look how instantaneously,
Yeah.
right? Do you know where you're shining and showing up and being a light for others?
I think I try to be kind. I really try to be kind to people. Maybe through kindness, I think.
You should know. No kind act is disappeared energetically. It's not discarded. It all goes. It all goes in the changing of one person's receiving, and that's the thing. You just have to know, like walk in the knowing. My kindness matters. The 13th was World Kindness Day, November, right? So, yeah, the World Kindness Day. So, like, yeah, be it, do it, own it, do it, and that's gonna amplify. And we're not doing that for glory or validation. We're doing that because it's what we want. The wheel. We hope someone would carry kindness for us in return, right? A beautiful Donna, I hope you know where you're showing up, right? Yes. And you opening this space here for all of us. Okay. All right. So this deck, I also got the Oh My Goddess deck, Clarity Oracle cards. Oh my OMG. We're going to start with you. No, we're going to have everybody draw a card here. I'm going to draw for the faithful crew who's on there. And then the last deck we're going to look at is the I am deck, because we're going to use that power of the I am statements to supercharge our knowing about how we're showing up in the Christ consciousness, in the energy. And then, we also got to get our final water guide since we pulled it for the beginning and end. So let us see here. All right. I love this little deck. It's very soft and it's self-contained. There's no guidebook. Everything you get goes with on the card. So let's see what kind of I am goddess that you are putting forward today, Sister Kathy. All right. And I love these. I'll show the back of the cards here in just a moment. I hear the song has got the whole world in his hands, but I change it, it's like we've got the whole world in our hands, right? This is the back of the day. Right, she's got that beautiful star shining with the divine connected light, and then holding that glow, that orb, holding the world within her nurturing embrace, right? So I just love hearts. All right, here we go. First for you. All right, what does it say?
Goddess of gratitude.
I'm laughing with you, right?
Yes, you are.
So this says, I throw a gratitude celebration. List, shout, or dance your thanks for everything in your life. Affirmation. I am throwing a party of thanks for the abundance that surrounds me. Cheers to a life filled with blessings. Goddess of gratitude. Now, the reason I know I was laughing is because we had a lot of dancing opportunities in Bali, okay? And there were lots of young, conscious journey people, ladies who were out there making sure they were dancing in their little bikinis and all that kind of stuff. And I was having to process, like, I declined dancing on one of the things because I was like, I chair dance. I don't dance up in public. And the lady kept saying, you sure you don't want to dance? And I was like, right? But like releasing that and like becoming free to fling your arms up and just jump right in was like a major part of releasing my tightness and lack of like I was hyper aware of being seen, right? And how I'm expected to be an adult. And what is it going to look like through the social media lens? I had to do a lot. I can't say I mastered the lessons, but it was definitely a learning opportunity. When you saw it, why did you laugh? Same reason.
Same reason. I could see us both doing.
He's doing it, doing the dances. So, do you feel free to dance? Sometimes. What about you? You're pretty free, Dawn.
No,
I'm
afraid.
Yes.
I'm afraid.
Yes, right. Okay, no judgment, right? Without judgment, with compassion, we see ourselves to be, free. And I know one of the things you've experienced in Istanbul was the whirling dervishes and their ecstatic dance of spinning around and allowing themselves to get caught up in the vibration as a way to connect with spirit. I was laughing with one of my besties last night because I saw this guy on Instagram who was dressed in like full belly dance type regalia, but he's hula hooping. And he's got a clear mustache, but in a feminine garb. So I don't know what his pronouns were, but he definitely had the mustache. But he's dancing to a mashup of Teach Me How to Dougie and Enya. Like, right? It was like a weird kind of mashup, but he's like, teach me how to Dougie, teach me, and he's like spinning around and that hula hoop was just going. And I was like, wow, like how free it is to do what you love and then be able to be supported through like the monetization of his channel just because he had a camera and decided to let his fairy flag, his free flag, like the little guy with the Buddha we saw at the beginning with his little fairy wings, like he just let it be. And now the universe is prospering and his gift is bringing joy to other people and motivation to where I can be like, well, I could Dougie, there's no camera. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to turn a camera on. I can just do it, right? And then I was like to the music, like, okay, right? I can't hula hoop for a thing. But you know what I'm saying? So you never know what you're going to catalyze and spark in others through that. So, all right, Kim, we're going to have you come up and grab yours.
This one is calling my name.
Okay.
Okay, Wild Wanderlust.
Ooh. Go ahead and read it.
Okay. Embrace the unknown, feed your wanderlust, and explore new horizons. Affirmation: I am a fearless explorer, boldly venturing into uncharted territories of my soul.
I love that. Are you doing that?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
That's beautiful. Okay, let me show everyone the
That's
card.
a beautiful card.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that. Wild wanderlust. Let it go. Go where you want to go. How much times do we say our responsibilities keep us tethered?
Mm-hmm.
We can ask Source to support us so that we don't have to choose our responsibilities and our wanderlust, right? Don, you're a testimony to that, right? You have like the serious wanderlust bug.
Yeah, I love it, right? I have to travel. But that's a pact that I have with the divine. I'll do this work. Let me travel.
So you've gone to Egypt, Peru, Bali, Mexico, like all those things, while still anchoring a shop here and being in place to run your business. All that, the two can coexist, right? We don't have to give up one for the other. Right? So we can say yes. Okay. Get ready to come on. Okay, come on up. And I can't remember your name. I'm sorry. I know we said, yes, Mika, thank you. You sat with me before and been here. So yes. All right, let's get your card. Oh wow, boom. Ooh, all right, what's this say?
Connect with your dreams and make them a reality, like a dream weaver extraordinaire. Affirmation: I am a master of dreams, weaving them into my reality with skill and determination.
Dream weaver. I believe you can make the morning light. The child of the 70s. What can I say? Okay, that's beautiful. Dream goddess. And if you can dream it, you can achieve it. Beautiful. She's like reaching for the stars. That is beautiful. I am a master of my dreams, weaving them into my reality with skill and determination. That's the part. We have enough skills. We could do it. We could be resourced for it. We don't have to feel like we can't, right? Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Now let me get a card here. We got 3 people left. So first one for Tanya. Oh my goodness, take a moment to connect with your inner goddess and radiate her light. Affirmation: I am the embodiment of the divine goddess, radiating love, wisdom, and empowerment. Okay, this lady's also sitting back in her hammock and reading a book, resting and restoring. Now, I would say we were in Shasta on a high heart retreat that I hosted about 4 years ago now, Dawn. And this lady made a beeline for Tanya. She was standing at the door. We were waiting to be seated. And this lady came like barreling towards Tanya. And Dawn was looking like, is everything okay? Because she looks like she's about to invade her personal boundaries. But the lady was like, I just have to hug you. You're like a glowing goddess just sitting there. And Tanya was like, okay, gave her a hug. And Don was like, is this okay? But it was like her light was just so shining and open and warm. And most people would not say she's like an open person, but she radiates love, right? Now, if her energy, if it was approaching her and she would have felt like issue, she would have had no problem blocking that lady herself. Like she didn't need Dawn to manage it, but Dawn was like, what is going on? Because this lady was drawn like a magnet. So I think that's funny that you get that. I am the embodiment of the goddess, radiating love, wisdom, and empowerment. And Tanya also bakes and infuses all her baked goods with love. So that radiating love into the frequency of what she's doing is perfect as well. Let me get a card for Jackie. Oh, sacred space. I got this recently. I love this. Create a sacred space for meditation or reflection and make it feel abundant. Affirmation: my sacred space is my soul's VIP lounge, bringing peace, clarity, and joy. And we see here a lady who's got an altar set up, a place where she's got her candles, where it's meaningful time and space for her to connect with her inner self. There's also a beautiful song by India Ari, which is called Sacred Space. And she talks about, you're where I go to hide, this is where I go to let my guard down. And it's speaking about our inner temple, like coming into our heart and making it a place where we find the peace that passes the understanding of the mind, right? Okay, and then we have one more person. I'm not sure who it is in the chat, but this is your card. Radiant beauty. Embrace your unique beauty and let it shine like a star on the red carpet. Affirmation: I am a radiant beauty and my inner light outshines any spotlight. There is a light that shines special for you and me. Okay, the light. Okay, I hear you. Beautiful, radiant beauty. Whoever you are, thank you for bringing that radiance energy in there. Dawn, you want one? Okay, Dawn, soul connection. Reach out to a friend or loved one for support and connection. Affirmation: I cherish the bonds of sisterhood, finding strength and love in our empowered unity. Beautiful, beautiful. I love that community card. And then for me, Goddess of Serendipity. Oh, okay, serendipity. I love that. Embrace the unexpected and welcome serendipitous moments with open arms. I am a magnet for serendipity and life's delightful surprises. Find me wherever I go. I received that. It's so interesting because yesterday I came out my house and there was a goose in my front yard going, wah, wah, making all these noises. And it was quite surprising. It didn't chase me, thankfully, but it was like a serendipity because it's like, where did it come from? Why was it there? But I took it as like a spiritual sign, and goose energy is the goose that laid the golden egg is bringing abundant. But one of the things was about something unexpected. So in spirit and truth, serendipity, like who was gathered here today, who wound up going on to the retreat together, who you bumped into in circle. There's no accidents. Like, so if you take everything as a moment of serendipitous connection, it's really, truly delightful. So I love that. All right. So we're keeping moving here. I don't know about you all, but I'm having a great time. So I appreciate everyone who, let your light shine. Yes, spreading love and ashe. Okay, this is the I Am Love deck. I know, Don, you have at least one more copy of this over in the store. This is the I Am deck, and it's like abracadabra. This manifestation is a simple and powerful tool to help you align with positive, creative energy and attract into your life more of what you truly want. So one of the things about Saint Germain, you can Google online, is he wrote or is attributed with writing a piece of work called the I Am Discourses. And it's a way of understanding that it's like almost like a gospel. It's written in the style of like Bible in a way, but it talks about how we didn't use or understand the full power of anything you say after I am, because you are basically using your authority as the creator spark to make manifest the thing that you said I am. So like if you say I am sick, you might not want to say it like I am recovering from feeling less than optimal health. I'm tired. I'm fat. I'm not pretty. I am, like beginning to consciously use the power of your word, of the spoken manifestation, which vibrated on the waters of the firmament to create our reality. Then we will vibrate on the waters of the firmament and create our reality with these I am statements. So let us see. Kim, come on back up here and use your I know it's gilded on the side, right? Front. All right, let's see what your I am declaration is.
Can't wait.
More. All right,
Here we go, huh?
here we go.
I think I'll take this card right here.
All right.
Okay, abracadabra. I always make the right choice. Abracadabra.
Puzzle pieces.
Mhm.
It's not an edge,
Mm-mm.
so we can go anywhere
Mhm.
and make the picture.
Yeah.
Ooh. Are you a person who tries to, like, I'm a Libra.
I'm an Aquarian.
Oh, so you've put a lot of thought into choices. I know I
Yeah.
put a lot of pressure on myself to say, you know, this or that. Did you choose right? Study long, study wrong, you know, those kind of things. Analysis paralysis. But like being free to be like, everything will just flow from the choice. You're not going to miss anything. Like whatever's meant to be yours will be yours, whether you take this path or that path, right? So I always make the right choices. Let's see what this says here. Here it is. It's very at the beginning. I receive all the information I need at the right time to help me make my decisions and take necessary steps. I don't let my emotions cloud my judgment, and I listen to my intuition and follow my heart. I trust that every path I take is the right path for me, and I don't judge myself for my choices, even when I encounter challenges along the way. I believe the universe is a loving and supportive force, always working in my best interest and guiding me in the best possible way to help me grow and evolve. I don't judge what happens as good or bad, and I trust that everything is part of a greater plan that is unfolding for my highest good. My mind is peaceful, and I am at ease as I let myself be carried by life's currents, always to where I need to be. Okay. I'll say, and feel free, you will be able to take a picture of the cards after you get done, like as well. So we got here. I always make the right choice. Okay, thank you. Kelly, I forgot you were the third person in the chat. I just couldn't remember. I hadn't seen you come up. So that radiant was perfect for you. Okay, we got I always make the right choices. All right. Come on up here, Kathy. Let's see what your I am is. Abracadabra. All right. Ooh.
I'm realizing my full potential. Abracadabra.
I am realizing my full potential. Okay, it's a hurdler. Like you really got to believe in yourself to get yourself over a hurdle. I tell you that. Yes. That was not my sport in high school. I caught my foot and I was too afraid to even try it, right? But a hurdler, they leap up and then that extension of that leg like she's got over here, look at that determination. I love that. I am realizing my full potential. Okay, hold on to this. Is that resonating for you?
Yes, it does.
I love it. Okay. I am committed to my personal and spiritual growth and dedicated to becoming the best version of myself. I am no longer limiting myself by my past experiences or self-doubt, but rather I am stepping into my power and embracing my full potential. I am actively pursuing my passions and interests and working towards my goals with determination and purpose. I am proactive and intentional in my actions, and I am actively seeking out new experiences and challenges to help me grow and develop. I am open and receptive to feedback and guidance from others, and I am willing to learn from my mistakes, and I seek out support and guidance when I need it. I am taking care of my physical, mental, and emotional well-being to ensure that I have the energy and resources to pursue my dreams. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. Okay. All right. Come on up. Yes, yes. I love it. Thank you. Our lovely hostess is giving us all some red raspberry tea.
Very good.
All right. Here we go. What is your I am going to be? Your I am power statement. All right. You got it.
I am infinite consciousness. This is where I am right now. Trying to get there, rather.
Clearly, you're not trying. You are.
I love this.
I love that too. Infinite consciousness.
Mm.
No limits.
No limits.
Let me show everyone the card. Oh, and you're in the
What is that?
Metatron's, the sacred geometry here is Metatron's cube. It's one of the sacred geometry symbols that's moving towards like the flower of life and consciousness, right? So I love it because it's also that open portal, right? Shining down and out from the higher realms, right? I am infinite consciousness. Hold on to this here while I look this up. I am infinite consciousness, always connected to the universe and to all of creation. I am not just a physical body. I am a part of something greater than my ego self. I am timeless and I exist in all dimensions and all realities. I am aware of the vastness and potential of my own being, and I understand that my consciousness is not limited by time or space. I can easily tap into the vast pool of knowledge and wisdom that is available to me, and I am able to access higher states of awareness. I am not limited by my past or my present circumstances, but rather I am free to create my own reality and shape my own future. I am connected to the infinite source of love, abundance, and creativity, and I have access to all that I need to live a fulfilling and meaningful life.
There's that statement you said, accessing a higher awareness. That's kind of.
Yes, where did it say that?
Moves towards.
Oh yeah, I can easily tap into the vast pool of knowledge and wisdom that is available to me, and I am able to access higher states of awareness. Yes, I love that. Okay. Yes, perfect timing for you.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. All right, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna do Kelly, since we know you're here. Kelly. I am the creator of my reality. Look at this person painting their picture of what they want, and it looks like it's green, so it's heart-based. So feel through the creation of your reality through that heart portal. I am the creator of my reality. That's the thing we don't realize. Like, what's it, Ghostbusters? We all saw the original Ghostbusters when they were like, clear your mind, clear your mind. He's going to use your mind to create something. And they all cleared it except the one guy. And he's like, oh, I thought of something from my childhood, something that could never harm us. And it turns out it was a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, right? And this big, scary version, right? How many things from our childhood do we recall that are our traumas, our wounds, or whatever? And then that Stay Puft Marshmallow Man starts coming and he's running amok through the city. But what do? they get everybody to start singing, your love is lifting me higher, right? Everybody starts singing it, feeling it, laughing, and what happens? It melts the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, right? The boogeyman. So I love that about reminder about how we create our reality is clear your mind, clear your box, clear your wounds so that you're not creating your reality out of that energy. Let's see here. I am. I have the power to shape my life and to influence the world around me. I deliberately choose my thoughts, actions, and beliefs, and these choices determine the experiences and the opportunities that come my way. I make conscious decisions and I conceive a world. I love that. Conceive a world, right? Was where we were with this day. Conceive a world that aligns with my values and goals. I am responsible and accountable for my life, and I don't blame others or external circumstances for my situation. Even though I can't control certain events or actions of others, I have the power to choose my own response and attitude. I approach challenges with a positive mindset and a willingness to learn and grow, and I am able to overcome obstacles and reach my goals. I am a creative force for a better future for myself and the world around me. Oh, that's beautiful. Yes, I am a creative force for a better future for myself and the world around me. Ashe, ashe. Okay, we're adding this to our I am statements. All right, Jackie, we're going to get your I am here. Ooh, my light is shining bright. Look at that lighthouse, okay? That inner light shining brightly. We don't even have to try, right? The lighthouse doesn't go out anywhere. It just sits there and it shines. The job of the light keeper is what? Keep that lamp lit. And then when the time comes, those travelers who need it will see it. Now, they don't come into the lighthouse, like they just get safely to where they need to go, having observed you. So part of our thing is not to get involved in like looking for the validation that our light is shining. Like we just keep the fire stoked from inside, right? And we just shine, shine, shine. And those that need us will find it and be safer on their journey and be illuminated. I love that. Okay. My light is shining bright, Jackie. I am a unique being with many talents and gifts. I approach life with a sense of wonder and curiosity, and I see the world as a stage to express my creative potential and my gifts. I am confident and self-assured. I practice self-love and self-acceptance, and I am secure in who I am. I recognize my power and my radiance, and I am committed to shining my light brightly and sharing my gifts with the world. I live without fear of judgment or criticism. I can take risks and be spontaneous and try new things, and I am not afraid to be in the spotlight. I prioritize my personal and spiritual growth, and I am constantly seeking new ways to expand and evolve. I am dedicated to being a positive influence in the world and to inspire and uplift those around me to shine their light. That's positive. Woo. All right. That's a good one. Don?
Yes.
I turn obstacles into opportunities. Look at this little flower growing through the sidewalk cracks, right? I turn obstacles into opportunities. That's that O word, okay? I'm laughing on the inside because Jackie, one of her old jobs, when they would give you like a write-up, a negative write-up, they would call it an opportunity. And I was like, that's really like a bad use of the word because it started to get a negative taste in your mouth. I got an opportunity today, right? And I said, oh, look how sneaky corporate America is, right? Like, look how they take something and slowly subvert the use of language, right? So we would laugh about the whole thing. Luckily, we were able to support through that. But no, like, so I turn obstacles into opportunities, right? I see obstacles as opportunities for transformation and growth. I cultivate a positive mindset and I feel a sense of inner strength and resourcefulness, helping me to overcome challenges and setbacks with ease and creativity. I can see potential in every situation. I am not afraid to take risks or to step outside of my comfort zone and to take inspired action when I need to. I stay curious and open and always willing to learn from my situation. I embrace the discomfort and uncertainty that often comes with facing obstacles, and I trust in my ability to navigate through them with grace and resilience. I am confident in my resourcefulness for finding solutions to any problems. I welcome the change. I trust in the journey, and I live a life rich with possibility and purpose. Oh, Ashe, I received that. That's beautiful. I could say amen for you on that. Okay, let's get Tanya. Oh, I am beautiful. Look at that. Look at that beautiful pink flower. Okay. Her business brand is like hot pink. So I am beautiful. All right.
I am goddess. Well, the
Yeah.
goddess card, and then I am beautiful.
Yeah. And I am radiant, I think was like, no, radiant was Kelly. But yes, I am beautiful. What's the song? You are beautiful, right? Hey, we're all hearing the same, and you are so beautiful to me, Stevie Wonder. I know her husband says that all the time. She's the most beautiful woman he ever laid his eyes on, right? But she knows it for herself without need for future external validation. I am beautiful inside and out. I am unique and special with my own set of strengths, talents, and qualities that make me one of a kind. I am confident in who I am, embrace my individuality, and I love myself just the way I am. I love my body and all its imperfections, and I recognize the beauty that lies within me. My beauty shines through my character and who I am as a person, my kindness, my compassion, and the love I have for others. I am surrounded by beautiful things and beautiful people. In my home, I create beautiful space and cultivate an environment that is welcoming, peaceful, and uplifting. Beauty is a state of mind and a way of my being, and I can fit it in, and I can find it in all people and all situations, no matter how challenging they may be. All right, that's beautiful, guidance. Beautiful. Okay, and let me get my little I am here. I am awake in my dream. I love that too, right? We are, like they say that this world is the dream and our real world is where our soul is, right? We think we go somewhere, but it's really reversed. But I'm like really created like my dream life. I'm so delighted because I'm getting to do everything that I ever dreamed that I could do. But when I was dreaming it at first, I didn't realize I could have it. It was just like a Hail Mary pass to say, oh, maybe if I remember my therapist being like, what does it look like for you to be so and so? And I was like, I couldn't even say what I wanted my life to look like at 35, except for I knew I didn't want it to look like what it was looking like at the time. I didn't realize I was going to go on like this long journey after that would end up in my divorce, right? But I just said, oh, I see myself, doing something, I think when I was in 8th grade, I saw myself like living in a big city, like the Big Apple, with people bustling on the street and living in like a loft style apartment, like Tom Hanks had in Biz, like Big, all those kind of like fantasy things. But then in my 30s and 40s, I realized I'm living all the things that I said just on a whim would be my dream. I'm walking off out of Peachtree Center train station, and I'm walking down the street with the people touching arms and the bustle of the city. And then I'm riding up the elevator to work in the tallest building in Atlanta on the top floor. Like, it wasn't in New York, but the spirit and the truth of what I wanted to experience as my reality. And once I realized that I was accidentally manifesting the dreams that I thought were too big, I started being more intentional. So now, like, the fact that I've been living this untethered life for the last 10 years now, since walking away from my corporate job, has been like my waking dream. And I'm super excited about that. So let's see. I am awake in my dream. I'm awake in the dream of my life. I am aware of my thoughts, feelings, and desires, and I am present and mindful in each moment. I am connected with my true self, and I live in alignment with my values and goals. I am present and attentive in my relationships. I have appreciation for the beauty and abundance that surrounds me. I am responsive and adaptable to change, and I navigate the challenges and opportunities that come my way with grace and resilience. I live with intention and purpose, and I make conscious, empowered choices that support my well-being and happiness. I make a choice each day to be present, and I cultivate this mindset through mindfulness and self-awareness for greater joy, fulfillment, and the connection with life. Ashe, I received that affirmation. All right, so let's see. Our last card is what? The healing waters. Let me get a little sip of this tea here real quick. Okay, last healing waters to bookend all of this is let it rain. Allowing what is inevitability and trust. We have the rainbow. We have just let it be. What we had our first one, she's laying in the stagnancy. And the other, she's just letting it rain, letting it fall, letting the waters, letting the emotion come down. Trust that part too. Like the clouds are clearing and there is a rainbow at the end of our experience, like in the now, and there is a pot of gold at the end of said rainbow. So letting our emotions move, not being afraid to deal with them, not being afraid to get under the waterfall, not be, just like let it. We're not going to be capsized if we tap into our full emotional state. So there's a moment just before it starts to rain when the pressure can be felt. What's been building up is preparing for a big release. The clouds cannot hold their breath a moment longer. And then right on cue, they surrender the rain they've been holding on to, and a downpour finally begins. While we may have preferred to see clear skies abound, a sweet relief can be felt when the waters of the sky return to the ground. There's also a special moment that can be felt immediately after the rain stops and the sun reappears from behind the clouds. It's similar to what happens to us during a good emotional cry. The endorphins that are released as we let our red-hot tears flow down our cheeks evoke a feeling of sweet relief. Something's been released, lifted, and cleared. We feel a little lighter and more free. This card comes with encouragement to surrender to what is happening in your life. Maybe you're experiencing a challenge or something isn't going to plan. Although you might prefer the sun to shine all year round, there's intelligence in the rainy days, and there's healing in your tears. Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. The inquiry, what are you being called to surrender to? I think that's good food for us to chew on the rest of the day. I thank everyone who's been here online. This was a marathon experience here. We've gone almost 2 hours, which is surprising, but also not surprising because everything is intended to be as it is. I love the ability to like live in having a constant conversation with spirit, through my connection and through my higher mind, and then the messages that I get, and then just walking around in a world that just appears to me to be like miraculous and magical in every moment. Like everything is spirit, everyone is meaningful, there's no accidents. So to be able to use cards and have them come out and build these messages, and then to be able to pick up new decks when I go out of town, and to have more ways of spirit. It's like learning a new language. I just learned Spanish, French, Portuguese, and Swahili by having 4 different decks. Each of them speaks in a different language to me. So if you have any questions about cards or anything, please let me know. I'm here on the third Saturday of the month. When will December's going to be? We got to look at the calendar, but come January, I'll be back on the 3rd weekend of the month. I take private appointments on Saturdays and then Sundays around this, and then I'm going to keep these live streams going on the channel on the 1 o'clock on the Sunday. So thank you everyone who came, and thank you, Dawn, for providing this space. Thank you for the Good Vibe Tribe who's joined online, and I wish you all the most I am empowered week and month as you flow forward from this point. Namaste.
Namaste.
All right.